Andrew, Woody and I yesterday spent some time guessing at some of they were educated guesses, at guessing at some of the changes the Broncos will make on offense, because some changes need to be made on offense. What do you think we will see different this coming Sunday night? What changes do you think the Broncos have in store?
I think they'll hurry it up a little more, even though they've been concerned about the pace and not putting too much on the defense. When you look at the Broncos in this month of play, on the rare no-huddle snaps that they've had, they're averaging about twice as much per play as they are when they huddle up and take their time. And Manning is considerably more accurate. I believe he's 7 for 9 this month when they go in the no huddle.
Yeah, Andrew, I saw your article at DenverBroncos.com. I mean, the differences were, they just jump out at you. How effective they've been in no huddle. It makes you wonder why they aren't doing it more.
Yeah, and I think part of it is they don't want to get into these games that have 15 or 16 possessions, because they want to watch the wear and tear on the defense a little bit. But that being said, if the no huddle is more effective on a per-play basis, you're going to extend those drives, and you can still take your time. You can go no huddle and have Peyton Manning standing there and doing his checks and calls at the line of scrimmage, and you can get the play clock down to 10, 9, 8 seconds, even lower than that if you want to, so you can maintain a deliberate pace while at the same time maybe putting the defense in a little bit more awkward position to where they're not substituting. You know, they've got to keep their guys on the field, and the Broncos can exploit a personnel mismatch that they might see. So even though it's a small sample size on the no-huddle this month, the fact that it's been more effective, I think, leads me to believe that they'll take a long look and show some more no-huddle on Sunday night.
I've got two things I have to bring up here. One is, if you have limited possessions, you have limited chances to score. So, I mean, if you want to have 11 or 12 possessions a game, you're really only going to have, realistically, 3 or 4 opportunities to score touchdowns, and things are going to happen. And I want your response, both your responses to that. So the Green Bay Packers play a high-paced game, and yet they're still giving up only, as a team, 15.5 points a game. So their defense is not wilting as a result of more. I would guess, and I would ask you, Andrew, you're an analytic guy, that the Packers probably have 5 or 6 more possessions a game than the Broncos do. And that would be the reason why they're scoring probably 10 more points a game. I'm just surmising here. And the second thing, which you brought up, is I said to Peyton Manning when he got to town, I said, I've studied your whole career. You don't run a hurry-up offense. You run a hurry-up-and-wait offense. And he said, that's an excellent way to put it. Because what you talked about is everybody thinks about what they do is, and I said this to Les yesterday, and then I'll shut up, that what I like about the hurry-up offense is you can't make personnel changes on defense. You have to decide what your defense is and stay in it, and your guys get tired out, particularly in Denver, if you are keeping them in a hurry-up defense that they have to deal with.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you get the right personnel out there and you want to throw some different formations, you can, and force the defense to keep its same personnel because you're not huddling and they can't sub. Someone like Virgil Green could be very valuable because you could use him as a fullback, you could use him, as a tight end, H-back, even in the slot if need be. They could keep a defense off guard with no huddle and proper personnel. But the other thing about the number of possessions per game, there's actually very little difference between the Packers and the Broncos this year, but that is because of so many 3-and-outs by the Broncos offense and the defense responding by getting the opposing offense off the field that you're having the possessions add up.
Yeah, so
is having 7, 8, 9 play drives much more often than Denver.
Well, so Andrew, everybody's worried about going to the no huddle and putting the defense back on the field quickly. They're getting back on the field quickly now anyway because the Broncos are going 3 and out so much.
Right.
Number one. Number two, if you go back and you look at Peyton's history here over the last 3 years, running the no huddle offense, they have more drives. I'm guessing here, but I think it's a pretty good guess. They have more drives of 80 yards, 85, 90 yards, and 6, 7, 8 minutes than probably any team in the league because Peyton is a master at running the no huddle and taking that team on long drives. So the defense gets plenty of rest time.
The other thing is interesting, guys, just to make a quick point. Right now, the Broncos, not using much no huddle, their defense is actually on pace to play more snaps than they did last year.
Wow.